Yeah.
What was it like for you?
I think as a professional, you have to, sometimes gather your thoughts up, and you got to look at a situation before express yourself bottled up with emotional thoughts. And my reasons for not speaking after the game was more frustration on how we lost the game, and it had nothing to do with you guys. And I'm a guy that talks about execution, and when you find yourself down in a situation, you want to climb your way out, and it was just an emotional loss, and like you said, I played a game with a lot of emotion, and I have a great deal of respect for you guys' job as well. So my reason for declining it was just not to come out and say something after an emotional loss. You already know what that leads to. That leads to disaster. It leads to trouble. It leads to people pointing fingers, and I'm never going to be that kind of guy. I'm a stand-up guy about winning and losing. Nobody likes losing, but at the same time, you always try to take some good out of it. So my biggest reason, I'm not saying I try to look at a situation and take good out of it. And what's good out of it is that we're still 6-3 with the rest of the season ahead, and they weren't in our conference, but at the same time, you want to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat, and it was one of them situations where they got after us pretty good, and it was pretty emotional.
Ray, was the frustration over the lack of touches or the loss?
The thing is, you get down in the situation, you got to climb your way out. I'm a guy who I'm never going to be the guy that talks about touches, but obviously we know going into a game, 5 carries is not going to cut it. And you look at it, and I know 5 carries is not going to do us any justice, but at the same time, we found ourselves so deep in the situation that we had to climb our way out, and we were looking for answers. Whether it was running, passing, we got to find our way out of the situation. I always spoke about not getting down in a situation like that, to where you got to be in a 2-minute offense. I always said the 2-minute offense is great, but you got to take your fullback off the field, who's a Pro Bowl fullback, and not lead him on people, and that leads to trouble.
Ray, what's